Vegan. Let's prove that we are intelligent.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Hoy momento, si queremos vivir bien en nuestro planeta para que detenga ese cambio climático, tenemos que levantar, tenemos que aliar y enfrentar. Si no hacemos, la vida está cortando para futuras generaciones.
Please continue watching to find out more.
Gentle viewers, I am Andres. If you ever visit the One Piece Nation, the delightful individuals you meet might say Unkurai, which means "How are you?" in One Piece, one of the languages spoken there. The people of the wonderful One Piece Nation wish for you to enjoy the nature around you and have abundant energy in your life. Welcome to our show titled Nemonte Nenquimo, Amazonian Environmental Hero. Nemonte Nenquimo is an indigenous Waorani woman and champion of the environment. She is the co-founder of Amazon Frontlines and the Ceibo Alliance, a first of its kind indigenous alliance spanning Ecuador, Peru and Colombia. This non-profit protects indigenous lands from resource extraction and defends their territories and cultures. The members consist of the Waorani, Cofan, Siocopay, and Siona nations. She was named as one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people of 2020. One of the first Amazonians ever to be featured on the list, and the only indigenous woman nominated that year. In the same year, Ms. Nenquimo also appeared on the BBC 100 Women 2020 list, was given the Goldman Environmental Prize, and was honored with the United Nations Environment Programme or UNEP's Champions of the Earth Award for Inspiration and Action. Ecuador is number 9 on the list of the most biodiverse countries on Earth, with pristine Amazon rainforest, flourishing wildlife, complex ecosystems, and many indigenous communities. Ecuador hosts approximately 10% of the world's biodiversity. Waoranis are a people who live in this beautiful place and are traditional gatherers who live in small groups with a total population of around 5,000. The territory of the Waorani overlaps with Yasuni National Park. Since the 1960s, oil exploration, logging, and road building have had a damaging effect on Ecuador's primary rainforests that now covers less than 15% of the country's landmass. These activities have caused not only devastation to the rainforest, but also created adverse health effects with a surge in cancer rates, birth defects, and miscarriages. The human rights and the lives of the indigenous peoples have been negatively impacted. Oil companies have released waste into the Ecuadorian waterways and polluted the land, causing indigenous peoples to be displaced. Approximately 80% of the Waorani now live on just 10% of the people's former territory. Ms. Nenquimo was lucky to grow up in an area where there was no oil drilling, but she vividly remembers what she experienced when her father took her to see family who lived near an oil well. She was 12 at that time, and even though she was far from the well, she could hear the noise and see the flames and smoke shooting up from it. She was shocked to see how it impacted not only the environment, but also the people.
Ahorita estoy trabajando en Villa Maxus y veo mucho cambio a mi gente y eso a mí me duele mucho. No es que me da pena, a mí de profundamente mi corazón me parte, porque ellos son mi gente y en esa presencia de petrolera se cambia todo, la mentalidad, la vida, su cultura y vestimenta, todo ya no valoran, ya no quieren saber. Y yo pienso que después de más de 20 años más, si dejamos entrar más petrolera, yo pienso que ya no va a existir lengua. ya no va a existir cultura, ya no va a existir como antes vivía nuestra Bolivia total, se muere.
Witnessing such devastating effects from the oil company's activities, Ms. Nenquimo has dedicated her life to defending her ancestral land, ecosystem, culture, and way of life. In 2014, she co-founded the Seibo Alliance. She was elected the first female president of the Waorani organization of Pastaza province, or Conconaweb, in 2018. The same year, Ecuador decided to hold an auction for oil extraction rights spread over 2.8 million hectares of primary Amazon forests. The area subject to auction included lands owned by the Waorani, Shuar, Achuar, Quichua, Shiwiyar, Andoa, and Zapara nations, and none of them had agreed to the arrangement. Ms. Nenquimo acted quickly in response. In addition to holding region-wide assemblies, developing a territorial mapping process, and working with the youth and elders of her people, she also helped the Waorani in launching a digital campaign petition opposing the auction called Our Rainforest is Not for Sale, which was signed by 378,000 people from around the world. We'll now pause to enjoy Mother Nature scenery, and then we'll be right back with more on Nemonte and Nenquimo's defense of her land. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Vegan, nothing to lose, much to gain. Welcome back, splendid viewers, to Nemonte and Nenquimo, Amazonian environmental hero on Supreme Master Television. Ms. Nenquimo, serving as the plaintiff, co-filed a lawsuit against the Ecuadorian government for violating the Waorani's right to free, prior, and informed consent, as it did not seek permission to auction the oil rights of their land. In April 2019, the judges ruled in favor of the Waorani people. The ruling allows 203,000 hectares to be protected from oil extraction. Furthermore, the government now has to ensure free, prior, and informed consent before auctioning off any other land in the future. Amazon Frontlines, a non-profit organization working with indigenous peoples to defend their rights to land, life, and cultural survival in the Amazon, stated, "The Waorani victory is a win for the planet and the global fight against climate change. Home to 10% of the species on the planet, the Amazon produces 20% of all oxygen and absorbs and stores more carbon pollution than any other place on Earth. Just 1 acre or 0.4 hectares of the Amazon provides oxygen for 18 people to breathe during an entire year, meaning the Waorani land at stake provides air for 9 million people." Indigenous peoples own or manage 1/4 of the world's land, and their land rights should be respected and recognized. Environmental activists around the world celebrated the ruling for the Waorani, a rare victory for indigenous rights, considering they were up against big companies and the government. The Undersecretary General of the United Nations and UNEP Executive Director Inger Andersen commented that Ms. Nenquimo's victory in court was a watershed event for indigenous communities in the Amazon basin. She said, "Their contribution is essential to halt degradation of these ecosystems. Inclusion of indigenous communities in policy making and supporting environmental defenders like Nemonte and Nenquimo are at the heart of UNEP's efforts to protect the environment." Ms. Nenquimo said, "We have shown that life is more important than oil, and that united we can protect our way of life, the Amazon rainforest, and our planet from destruction. The oil projects in the Amazon not only threaten the lives of indigenous peoples, but also destroy wildlife, biodiversity, and thousands of unique plants in the lands of the earth." Ms. Nenquimo asks the world to stand with native inhabitants to defend their rainforest from oil drilling. In her acceptance speech for the Goldman Environmental Prize, she expressed her concerns for the future of indigenous peoples and about the effects of climate change.
Hoy momento, si queremos vivir bien en nuestro planeta para que detenga ese cambio climático, tenemos que levantar, tenemos que aliar y enfrentar. Si no hacemos, la vida está cortando para futuras generaciones. No vamos a dejar ni un árbol, ni un agua limpia, ni un el aire. Nos acabaremos nosotros, primeramente que nosotros vivimos como indígenas, contacto con la selva, vamos a desaparecer y la planeta también. Por eso es una lucha y es muy importante que escuchen y que pongan a hacer acción.
As a woman and mother, Ms. Nenquimo strongly feels that life is more important than money, and she wants her daughter and the younger generations to have the same rainforest in their lives as she has. Evidence of this fact is that she donated the $200,000 she received as a Goldman Environmental Prize recipient to her non-profit Amazon Frontlines. Ms. Nenquimo also helped her people stay away from oil company subsidies by installing a rainwater harvesting system and solar panels. Similarly, she has supported women-led organic cacao and chocolate businesses to help the Waorani maintain independence from the oil industry. For the Waorani youth, she has arranged for filmmaking training so they can help with the campaign to defend their nation by documenting their territory through recording powerful images, videos, and drone footage of the rainforest. With the pandemic which has severely hit Ecuador's rainforest territories, Ms. Nenquimo has been one of the main native leaders helping to organize preventative measures for their communities. A big thank you, Nemonte, Nenquimo, and other indigenous leaders for coming together to help protect the Amazon forest and our planet. May you always be safeguarded by heaven's protection and receive Mother Earth's blessings endlessly. To learn more about Nemonte Nenquimo and her work, please visit the following websites: AmazonFrontlines.org, AlianzaSeibo.org. Enlightened viewers, thank you for spending time with us today. Up next is People Need True, Strong, and Wise Leaders, Part 3 of 3 on Between Master and Disciples. May we all soon adopt the vegan lifestyle to protect our precious planet.
Vegan, be a gift to our world.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/GPGW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/GPGW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/GPGW.
Rancangan kami menawarkan banyak bahasa. Sila kunjungi suprememastertv.com/kadapan schedule dan suprememastertv.com/kadapan GPGW.